In the NFL, for every lovable winner, there is a lovable loser. Let's be honest, most of us were thrilled when the Chicago Cubs ended their 108-year World Series drought. Years of pain all gone, but wouldn't it be nice to see some long-time losing NFL teams finally end their droughts? I'm Justin Fraction, and today we dive into 10 NFL teams we would love to see win their first Super Bowl. And a big shout out to Eagles 830 for suggesting this list. We do hope you enjoy this video, and if you do, feel free to click subscribe down below for more cool videos every single day. Number 10, Carolina Panthers. We all felt bad for the Panthers when they lost Super Bowl 38 to the New England Patriots and the Evil Empire. Many of us felt for their fans after the Denver Broncos humiliated them in Super Bowl 50. The Panthers are a fairly young franchise and have always fielded high-character players that have long deserved the championship. Hate Cam Newton all you want, but if you led the Panthers to their first Super Bowl, you'd have to admit that you would be happy for the long-suffering fans. Number 9, Detroit Lions. The Lions have been around since 1930. Now, they did win 4 NFL championships, but they never appeared in a Super Bowl. Every other team in the NFC has played in at least one of them. The city of Detroit has gone through tough economic times, and fans turn to their Lions for comfort. The Lions have never been a team to hate. They're lovable losers if nothing else. And for that, most people would agree that seeing the Lions win a championship would be quite awesome. Number 8, Tennessee Titans. The Titans franchise has a long history. Back in the days when they were the Houston Oilers, this team had so many great years but just couldn't get over the hump, even with Warren Moon as their quarterback. And the Titans lost that Super Bowl 34 heartbreaker when Kevin Dyson fell 1 yard short of the end zone to force overtime. Ever since that, the Titans have been more mediocre than the Batman vs. Superman film. Tennessee sports fans in general don't get a lot to cheer about, but they have great music and they deserve a championship, so go out there and win it, Titans. Number 7, Cincinnati Bengals. We don't really know how the Bengals have done it, but yes, they keep finding more and more ways to give their fans constant heartbreak. Joe Montana broke the Bengals' hearts in 2 Super Bowls during the 80s, and they have not won a playoff game since 1990. That's just very sad. The Bengals have had some great teams under Andy Dalton and Marvin Lewis, but to no avail. If the Bengals ever end their playoff drought, why end there? Keep going and win a Super Bowl. Your fans deserve it. Number 6, Philadelphia Eagles. We do want to put them higher, but we know half of you despise the Eagles. Take the hatred out, and you can see why many of us would shed tears of joy to see Philadelphia win it once and for all. This franchise has had some great teams in the 80s, and in the 2000s, Andy Reid and Donovan McNabb led the team to 5 NFC Championship games. They were victorious in just one of them. They lose a Super Bowl 39 heartbreaker to the Patriots, and in the 2010s, it's been constant turmoil between the front office and players, yet the Eagles fan base remains one of the most passionate. Those fans absolutely deserve a Super Bowl. It's been nearly 50 years in the making. Number 5, Atlanta Falcons. They blew a 28-3 lead in Super Bowl 51. Owner Arthur Blank is one of the nicest owners in the game, and it was quite tragic to see the evil empire of Robert Kraft win a 5th ring like he needed it. Matt Ryan is a great quarterback and a class act. His legacy will be that of a choker if he never wins it, though. Oh, and the city of Atlanta has had almost nothing to cheer about. A championship would be so nice for them. Go redeem yourself, Matty Ice. Number 4, Buffalo Bills. 4 straight Super Bowl losses in the 90s. They haven't made the playoffs since 1999. They are one of the most poorly managed teams in sports. But the Bills Mafia remains one heck of a proud fan base. Someone just win that Super Bowl in Buffalo so the fans can forgive Scott Norwood and forget about that Music City Miracle heartbreak. Number 3, Arizona Cardinals. Super Bowl 43 was the very first Super Bowl appearance for the Arizona Cardinals, who have been one of the losingest franchises in American sports. And hey, we've all respected Arizona for a while. We all want Larry Fitzgerald to capture that first championship. We want the good folks of the desert to finally see a Super Bowl parade. It's long overdue. So much losing, so little winning. Come on, Arizona, do it for your city. Number 2, Cleveland Browns. Strangely not number 1 this time. It's the Browns. There was the Ernest Biner fumble. There was owner Art Modell forcing the team to essentially become the Baltimore Ravens. There was a 3-year gap with no Cleveland Browns football in the 90s. There was the drafting of Tim Couch. There was the fact that the Browns are like the worst team in football every year. We admit that the Cleveland Brown jokes are getting a little sad. It'd be so fun for their fans to laugh back at us one day. If they win a Super Bowl, believe me, they will. And number 1, Minnesota Vikings. There were those 3 Super Bowl losses in the 70s under great quarterback Fran Tarkenton. There was Gary Anderson's missed field goal in the 1998 NFC Championship game. There was also that crushing 2009 NFC Championship loss in overtime. Must we throw in Blair Walsh's brutal miss in the 2015 wildcard game? Minnesota has actually had plenty of great NFL teams in its history. Just all of them have found different ways to lose in a crushing fashion. And come on, the Vikings are a pretty tough team to hate. We love how rowdy their fans get. Their passion is amazing. If there's one team the average fan wants to see host a Super Bowl parade, it's undoubtedly the Minnesota Vikings, long overdue. Which NFL team do you want to see win their first Super Bowl the most? Join us in the comment section below. If you liked this video and learned a thing or two, clicking the like button helps us out a ton and we appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to Total Pro Sports, though, subscribing is a great idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.